Welcome back to the channel. Just getting my stuff set up properly. I'm just setting my camera. Welcome guys back to the channel. In today's video, I'll be showing you how to make a lovely Jamaican patty filling. And if you're new here, please, my name is Linden Houston. Please do remember to like, share, subscribe, and leave positive comment. So here I have some Scotch bonnet to make that patty filling. What you need is, I'm going to start with the bread dough. So I'm just going to make some breadcrumbs with that. I'm going to need this. So basically what I'm going to do to make the breadcrumbs, earlier on I said bread dough, but I mean breadcrumbs, pardon. So I'm going to start off with my breadcrumbs because it's part of the recipe. It's a traditional thing, and you know, when you're making patty, you need a bit of breadcrumbs just to combine everything together. So I'll be using my stick blender. So once that's finished, I'm just going to pour it in that container. So I'm going to set that aside. So the next thing, what I'm going to do now, I'm going to start prep this onion. So I need onion in the recipe. I'm going to use a bit of spring onion also. So I have some spring onion, and I'm going to need a bit of thyme. And I'm gonna need some garlic also. At the moment, I'm just setting my lights properly. So what you need to do, you need to cut them as small as possible. You can blend it, but it's personal preference. But sometimes when you blend the onion, it tastes a bit different. So I'm going to use about probably about that amount of onion, or probably I might put a bit more in it. Won't hurt. Spring onion. Ladies and gentlemen, if this video of any help to you, please remember to like, share, and subscribe. Thumbs up the live. You know, keep it going, keep it positive. You know. So next up, what I'm gonna do, I have some thyme here, so I'm gonna try cut them as fine as possible. So this bone part here, we don't need this, so just gonna chop this in the bin. So now what I'm gonna do, gonna start the cooking process. going to add a little bit of oil in the pot because the beef I'm using is it's very lean. It's not really fatty, so I don't need much. Don't need much oil in it. I'm going to bring the camera a little bit closer that you can see what's going on. So that should be all right. We'll just turn it a little bit. So I'm just letting it warm up at the moment. So the pot is hot now. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to try to saute off these things. So the pot is hot now. So what I have here, I have some ground beef. So I'm just going to use some of this in. I'll be using about half of that. Then I'm going to add my beef in. Just switching that you can see a bit better. So in here I have some garlic, bit of ginger. Just gonna cut some of this up. We're gonna get our garlic cloves, smash them a bit. Have some Scotch bonnet in here. So once I break these down, what I'm trying to do now, I just loosen up the meat. For those who just coming on to the live, welcome to the live, welcome to the live. Today's tutorial is to make the Jamaican beef patty filling. And this is what I do on a daily basis right through the week. I do catering and for the food truck also. In here I have some green season which I make, and if you go in the channel you'll see there's a video how to make this fresh green season. Very effective, very tasty. So now you might be wondering where the season is now. I have some special season which I made up, which I'm gonna add to this. This is my special season here. This is some pimento leaf and ground pimento mixed together. Add a bit of that to it. I'm gonna add a bit of gravy brown into it. You don't need much. some black pepper, in here I have some other season which I made up. It's like an all-purpose season. So we're gonna go in with all of that. The next thing what I'm gonna do now, as you see, some of them they haven't loosed up as yet. We're gonna take care of them now. And what I'm gonna use, a whisk. Let's go ahead. This helps break some up, get them a little bit smaller. Next thing what you need to do is to just try to see if it's seasoned properly. Yeah, so that's good to go. I'll be adding some more thyme. This is dry thyme. I put some fresh thyme in it. Now I'm putting some dry thyme. As you can see, look at the consistency. Next, put the rest of seasoning. As you can see, the consistency, lovely consistency. So at this point, I'm gonna add some boiling water. So we're gonna let it cook for a while. But you don't wanna overcook it. You don't wanna kill it because you know you need to cool it down again and then put it in the patty, then bake it. So you don't have to really kill it. If you see that it needs a little bit more browning, you can feel free and add a bit to it, but it's personal preference. I'll just wind the camera down a bit, give you a better view. It's important to keep checking the season, see if it needs more. So I'm just going to check the dew. So far, it's okay. So at this point, I'm going to reduce the flame a little bit. At this point, I'm going to add the breadcrumbs. I'm going to add a bit to it and see. You need to watch the consistency. Watch the consistency. So you use a whisk. Just reduce the flame a little bit more. You don't want it too runny and you don't want it too thick either. So this is just to bind. It's like, it's like you make a stew and you need the sauce, the liquid in it to be steady, to form like a gravy. If this was cooled, I would show you how I do it, how I make the patty. But also there's a video in my channel, like how to make the patty and even the dough. But leave a comment in the in the chat and let me know. I'm going to increase the gas a bit. So sometimes you need a little bit more breadcrumbs because, you know, you don't want it too loose. Otherwise, when it's baking, it's going to run out. And ladies and gentlemen, just remember the breadcrumbs part of the recipe. Every patty you eat, that's part of the recipe. So with this, I'm going to add a bit more the breadcrumbs to it. So this is fresh bread I use in mine. So if you're making patty meatloaf, that's all you want it. So we turn this down again. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to add just a bit more heat to it because, you know, patty without a little bit of heat. So have the Scotch bonnet, just a little bit more black pepper in it. So that's our filling ready. Normally what I do, I pour this out in a container and you let it cool down. So I'll be making some patty dough after this, but not in this video. So that's it ready. So I'm just going to turn it off. And that's the finished product. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching. And I thank you for tuning in. I appreciate you all. Please remember to like, share, subscribe, and definitely leave positive comment because it helps the channel to grow also. Thank you for your time.